honored in being able to welcome your majesty. I guess the object of your majesty's visit, your wishes have been attended to. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
Yes, the coroner has just handed me his certificate.
And this is the certificate of his death. At Titipu, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, the Secretary of State for the Home Department, the Lord Mayor, good, and the groom for the second floor front.
They were all there, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
I should like to have been in time for the performance.
The man was of incredible strength. His struggles were terrific. It was really a remarkable scene.
Oh, describe it.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a frightful, frantic, fearful frown, I bared my big right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and guggled, I drew my Snickers knee. My Snickers knee. Oh, never shall I forget the cry or the shriek that shrieked he. As I gnashed my teeth when from its sheath I drew my Snickers knee.
For now we cannot tell untrue or round the stairs. He always tries to water lies, but every time he dares.
He shivered and shook as he gave the sign, with a stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eye met mine, and it seemed to brace his nerve. For he nodded his head and kissed his hand, and he whistled and added me. And the saber true cut cleanly through his cervical vertebrae. His vertebrae. When a man's afraid, a beautiful maid is a cheering sight to see. And oh, I'm glad that no inside will soothe my side of me.
For a terrible tale you can't assail, the truth it quite agrees. For taste exact, but faultless fact amounts to a disease.
Now, though you had said that head was dead, for its owner dead was he. It stood on its neck with a smile well bred, and it bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your impudent offhand nods, but as humble as could be. For it clearly knew the deference due to a man of pedigree. Of pedigree. And it's so I vow that deathly bow was a touching sight to see. Though trunkless yet it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
His hearty youth, he speaks the truth whenever he finds it pays. But in this case it all took place exactly as he says. Exactly as he says.
All this is very interesting, and I should like to have seen it, but I came about a totally different matter. You see, a year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Indeed. Had he any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatsoever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. Yet he fled.
I'm surprised that he would have fled from one so lovely.
That's not true.
No.
You hold that I am not beautiful because my face is plain. But you know nothing. You are still unenlightened. Learn, then, that it is not in the face alone that beauty is to be sought. My face is unattractive.
It is.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles to see it. And my right elbow has a fascination that few can resist.
Allow me.
It is on view Tuesdays and Fridays on presentation of visiting card. As for my circulation, it's the largest in the world.
And yet he fled.
And is now masquerading somewhere in this town, disguised as a second trombone.
A second trombone?
Yes. Would it be troubling you too much if I asked you to produce him? He goes by the name of
Nanky-poo.
Nanky-poo.
Oh, it's rather easy, or it's rather difficult. You see, he's gone abroad.
Gone abroad? His address?
Lawrence?
What's the matter?
See here, his name, Nanky-poo, beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another? Where shall I find another?
Dear, dear, dear. This is very tiresome. My good fellow, it seems in your anxiety to carry out my wishes, you have beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
I beg an unqualified apology.
I desire to associate myself with that expression of regret.
Oh, of course you hadn't. How could you? Come, come, don't distress yourself. It was no fault of yours. If a man of exalted rank chooses to take on the disguise of a second trombone, well, he must accept the consequences. I've no doubt he thoroughly deserved all he got.
We are infinitely obliged to your majesty.
Much obliged to your majesty.
Very much obliged, your majesty.
Obliged? Not a bit. Don't mention it. How could you tell?
We really had no way of knowing who the gentleman really was.
It wasn't written on his forehead, you know.
It might have been written on his pocket handkerchief, but the Japanese don't use pocket handkerchiefs.
You know, it seems I've forgotten the punishment for compassing the death of the heir apparent.
Punishment?
Well, yes. Something lingering with boiling oil, I fancy. Something of that nature. I think boiling oil occurs in it, but I'm not sure. It's just something humorous with either boiling oil or melted lead. Oh, come, don't distress. I'm not a bit angry.
If your majesty will accept our assurances, we had no idea.
Well, no, of course not.
I knew nothing about it.
I wasn't there.
You see, that's the pathetic part. See, the fool of an act says, compassing the death of the heir apparent. You see, there's not a word about a mistake.
No.
Or not knowing.
No.
Or having no notion of.
No.
Or even not being there.
No?
Well, there should be, of course.
Yes?
But there isn't. Oh. That's the slovenly way in which these acts are always drawn. But cheer up. It'll be all right. I'll have it altered next session.
Oh.
Now let's see about your execution. Will after luncheon suit you? Can you wait until then?
Oh yes, we can wait till then.
We'll make it after luncheon.
I don't want any lunch.
I'm really very sorry for you all, but it's an unjust world, and virtue is triumphant only in theatrical performances.
Well, the nice mess you've got us into with your nodding head and deference due to a man of pedigree.
Merely artistic verisimilitude. Intended to give artistic verisimilitude to a bald and otherwise unconvincing narrative.
Corroborative detail indeed. Corroborative fiddlestick.
And you're just as bad as he is with your catching his eye and his whistling in air, but that's just like you. You must put in your oar.
Well, what about you and your big right arm?
Your snicker sneak.
Well, never mind that now. There's only one thing to be done. Nanky Poo hasn't started yet. He must come back alive again at once. Here he is now. Nakey Poo, I've good news for you. You're reprieved.
But I'm a dead man and I'm off for my honeymoon.
Nonsense! Something terrible has happened. It appears you're the son of the Mikado.
Yes, but that happened some time ago.
Is this any time for airy persiflage? Your father is here, and with Kadashaw.
My father? With Kadashaw?
Yes, he wants you particularly.
So does she.
But he's married now.
Oh, bless my heart, but what does that have to do with it?
Well, Kadashaw claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist on my execution, and if I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see our difficulty.
Yes, I don't know what's to be done.
There's one chance for you. If you can convince Kadashaw to marry you, she will have no further claim on me, and I can come to life without any fear of being put to death.
I marry Kadashaw.
We really believe it's the only course.
But my good girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Alas, it's only her face. I hear she has a right shoulder blade which people come from miles to see.
I hear she has a left heel that is much admired by connoisseurs.
My good sir, I decline to pin my heart on any woman's left heel.
Well, it comes to this. While Kadashaw is single, I wish to be a disembodied spirit. When Kadashaw is married, existence is as welcome as the flowers in spring.